It is once again rapid review time. This time for Loki. You might notice we're wearing the same thing we were wearing when we reviewed Winter Soldier Falcon thingy. That's because we filmed them back to back. We're just releasing them separately. I'm sorry to take the illusion away. First category is story, plot. Now, writing. This is gonna be a 9 for me. And I'm trying not to overscore these things because I'm such a fan of the character Loki, Tom who plays him, and a huge fan of Owen Wilson, etc., etc., etc. But this was such an original and good story. It was great. It had every element, not to give too much away, but it had, action and comedy, and it was the full package, and it was done very well, and the pacing and everything. I mean, yeah, 9 out of 10 on this one for the entire series, because this is a series review, not episodes, because we have too much to do.
I gave it a 8.5. I could probably go up to 9, but
don't be swayed by me.
I really enjoyed this story. Like you said, it had a little bit of everything. The characters were amazing, and I think it's going to be one of those things that you can look back and find little Easter eggs in for the future movies or TV series that relate back to this.
They layered this thing. This is pivotal to the next phase of MCU. This show is. I don't know how you could watch later movies, honestly, and not watch this show. You have to see this show to understand. Well, I don't know. I guess you don't have to if you just like watching.
And not understanding a little more.
I don't need to understand the universe. Let's see some bad guys get beat.
Some action.
Yeah. I can't pop my back because the spinny chairs is just. Okay, I'm facing this way now. Thank you. Acting. Owen Wilson, Tom Hiddleston? Is it Hiddleston? He's British, so he's got one of those British names.
Oh my goodness.
It's Hiddleston. It's gotta be. Tommy.
Oh man.
He's great. He's amazing. And Owen Wilson, I love to see actors that I love come into the MCU. I absolutely love Owen Wilson. Now he's in the MCU. It's an interesting character choice for him. And it's a good one. You know what? Owen Wilson is one of those guys where if I were casting Loki, I might be thinking about him as Loki. Maybe. Picture that. Loki saying wow all the time. Oh, I should score acting probably. I'm just going to say, for the actors who are in it, it is good for them. I'm going to give them an 8 across the board, because I'm trying not to score this thing too high, but it was done very well. Definitely not a detractor. A positive.
I gave it an 8, just like all the other Marvel TV series. They were ones that were in the movies, except a few of the side characters and kind of main characters. They were.
Yeah, Owen Wilson is not a side character.
Yeah, and there were some other ones, but I thought they all did a great job. I loved a lot of the characters in this one. So
I'm going to give away a light spoiler. All right? There's more than one Loki. I think that's kind of in the trailers, too.
Yeah, I think so.
I think everybody knows this by now. There's more than one Loki played by multiple actors. They're all amazing. They're all awesome.
Yes.
All of them. Human and non-human alike.
And they were all had their own personalities and were very distinctive and backstories. Yeah. It was very interesting. I loved it.
One of the interesting parts is you got to see Lokis that were played by Tom and not as far along in his character development. So you get to see kind of the old selfish, evil Loki, more selfish and evil Loki. More, because he is still a little self-centered. But you get to see those different iterations of him played by him as well. And that was cool. I found that exceptionally cool. Which I guess is not that easy to do. I mean, you're playing you at different stages in your development, or you're playing the same character at different stages. You've got to put yourself in that mindset. Maybe I should give it more than an 8 just for that alone. But I'm not going to. I'm going to stick to my guns of It's probably more than an 8. I'm going to give it an 8. Directing, editing, technical arts, visual arts. I think you know what I'm going to say. Across the board, really good. Higher than Winter Soldier Falcon thingy. I'm going to give this at least 8.5 in every category. Fantastic. Maybe for visual arts especially, I might give it a little bit more. I mean, yeah. And yeah. 9 for visual arts, 8.5 for the other 2.
I agree. Same. They did a great job with this, and then bumped it even more with the special effects and visual arts, and so I think it was done very well.
My overall score for this one's going to be high. I cannot contain it anymore. A 9 overall, which is a really high score. 9 overall for the series. It's integral to the overall MCU and its progression into its next phase. It's fantastic actors that I love watching. Some people you just enjoy watching. And Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson are 2 of those people. Plus, I liked everybody else who was in it too. I'm not going to get... not going to spoil anything. Can't. There were other actors. Well, see, the problem is if I say what the characters were, you're going to be like, what? So I can't. But like,
there
so
are other
yeah.
actors.
Just, yeah, it was all good. It was all good.
All good.
I mean, the worst performance I could in the entire thing was a 7, probably a 7, but I'm thinking that's largely the character, and I just didn't like the character.
Overall, I gave it a 9 also. And I loved the story. I loved what you got to see from when it was in Endgame and Loki stole the Tesseract and disappeared. And you got to see this other side of what happened. And that's what I loved about it.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird hanging chad that they finally answered, which they're really good about doing that, dropping hints here and there. And they're really good about putting out later stuff that makes the earlier stuff look better because it just adds in more and more detail.
More substance.
And I don't know if they're thinking of this after the fact or if it was planned from the get-go. I would, if I were them, say it was planned and be considered awesome. More awesome. Still pretty awesome if you're thinking it up after the fact, but still, more awesome if you've orchestrated it all from the beginning.
I also loved all the characters in this one. Great characters. So, must watch.
Oh yeah, must watch. Peace out.
Peace.
It was cool till you did it.